Boy, I tell y'all, I'm putting it in here. I don't know if is it being blocked. Let me know, Doug, or any of the moderators. I'm pretty sure I'm putting it in here. UPS stock. I mean, people when people are home, they invest in it. They gonna shop online like crazy.
Yeah. They sold off not too long ago.
I don't know. Your thoughts on that, Dave?
The potential for stagflation because of transitory inflation coupled with deflation in commodities and other assets. So I would ask Kariga, when you say transitory inflation, well, I want to say what you mean by that. Coupled with deflation in commodities and other assets. So can you kind of elaborate on what you mean by that? So I understand what you mean by transitory inflation. When you say coupled with deflation in commodities and other assets, can you kind of elaborate what you mean by that?
Mm-hmm. And you're right. Fintech is the winner off of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, SoFi. Yeah, they making a killing. They will make a killing for the rest of this. They are acting like that. I mean, they basically. I'll just give y'all a rundown. Me as a business person who's used some of these loans, you have to give them your bank login, which the bank, that's bank don't want you to do that, but you have to give them your bank login. You have to give them your information. You have to give them like a month sometimes of bank statements, sometimes 6 months of bank statements. And essentially what they'll do is they'll just take, like PayPal and Stripe, they'll take 14% of every dollar that comes in. So you got $100 come in, $14 come off the top, right? You don't even miss it. It's just in there. And the reason people say, well, that's crazy, I wouldn't do that. That's silly. Who wouldn't? You know, too many e-commerce person who whole business is shut down because they don't have enough money to go restock on inventory.
Exactly.
So let's say the reason why they still win fintech is, let's say I make 25K in a month. I go to the bank. Bank's like, well, maybe I can give you $5,000. Stripe, PayPal, any of those. A lot of those fintechs, Bluevine, several of them. Oh, you made 20K? Okay, we'll give you 25. Yeah. Because that's what your company keeps making. Yeah. And it's hard to beat. You can't beat it. It's just
so let me ask you. So if you show them statement of cash flows, why is the bank hesitant to recognize that statement of cash flows? But the fintech doesn't care. But where's the fintech got to be getting their money from the bank too?
Yeah, but it's a new way. Think about it. So Dave, if you 90 again, that's why I say Wells Fargo is for the public. Okay. Fintech for the business people, right? So let's say I come in and I'm a teacher and I always make this. I've been making this for 5 years. They gonna loan off that because they have data and charts to know, okay, she's gonna do this, she's gonna pay this much, this is how long, this is what our risk indicators say. I've been on the phone with fintechs who have different risk indicator software. They're like, hey, we're gonna project for the year, you're gonna make $1 million in this company if you continue to do this and this and this. Okay. And it was only February. So it only had January, February for them to go off of.
Exactly.
But they had enough computer software to predict how much you were going to make for the year. So their numbers are different, right? Also with the fintech, think about it. They have access to do what? Look at your numbers, your website traffic, so she's getting this much traffic. She's getting this much hits every month. You know what I mean? They just have a different software.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So their business model is, we're going to lend to people who don't get quick lending.
Yeah.
Right? And think about it. I've had to go, when I went to bank, Dave, I had to explain to the guy in front of me and then a regional manager what I do online. And I showed them, I brought my laptop with me. I had Stripe, PayPal. I'm showing them money going in the accounts, how I sell courses and consulting. And they were like, man, this is amazing.
Yeah.
We can't loan to you because it's unpredictable. And I said,
yes. They don't. So for the type of business you have, they don't have a risk profile set up.
Exactly. Okay, and so then I went to another bank and I said, well, here's the thing. Here's this. Here's my numbers. Here's 12 months of bank statements. There's money. I've been doing this for 7 years. This money is coming in. Yeah. Explain it to me one more time. I said, just call me consulting. Okay. Consulting. Do you consult? Do you have any? What do you call those? They're not invoices. They're It's when somebody's gonna pay it 3 months in advance. 6 months in advance. It's basically, do you have contracts for the future?
Okay, that's what you're saying.
So they're already putting you. They just took the consulting out of their head and put you where warehousing is.
Yeah.
That's what warehouses do. That's what Kroger does. They have those type of things. And so that's what I'm trying to explain to people. This market is shifting.
Okay.
Fintech is, that's why this whole PPP thing, people couldn't understand. How are people getting these PPPs? Some of these people have PayPal accounts where money's moving in and out of them. You had Uber drivers getting 13, 15K bans. Okay. And so what it shows me is the average person is over here like, well, I just go to work every day, and this is what they're not even prepared to receive this money.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, like, Wells Fargo thing, people in real estate are like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm still over here dealing with Fundrise. Fundrise will fund you. Patch of Land will fund you. Several of these online peer-to-peer lending places will fund you in 14 days.
Okay.
Because people need somewhere for the money to go. And so they'll give it to Bob, who's been flipping houses in Dallas for 2 years, because he's still flipping houses in Dallas. And Dallas is hot. Stuff like that. I hope that made sense, y'all.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense.
I don't even know. Bullet train before a plane. I would take a bullet train as well before that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't even know what that company is.
Yeah, I know about Jumia. Yeah, Jumia. Okay. Yeah, that's considered, some people consider like the Amazon of Africa. I've been really bullish on them for a very long time. They had a little bit of a sell-off, but I think if they can figure some things out from a logistics standpoint, I think they can have it big. And we know that Nigeria, from an e-commerce standpoint, is supposed to be considered the biggest market for African e-commerce. Oh, yeah. Because of the age of that particular consumer base. They have a very, very young consumer base. So if Jumia can get it right, they're either going to be the biggest e-commerce provider in Africa, or either somebody's going to come in and buy them like Amazon.
Spot on. Thank you so much, Malik. That's what I want. Yes, that's the word. That's the word. That's the word. There you go. I think he answered the question you asked him earlier.
So demand-driven inflation of 7 enormous amount of liquidity across the board is causing inflation in labor, deflation in labor and other commodities. Okay, I don't understand what it means by deflation in labor. So you're saying that the cost of labor is going up, and I understand the commodities market. So that's when you say a deflation in labor, that the cost of labor, that's inflation. So I don't understand what you mean by deflation in labor. And maybe I'm just not understanding the language that you're using. I understand what you mean by temporary dividend.
Man, y'all in here wilding with these comments. Y'all in here commenting hard.
Kariga, I need to give you my email. We can chop it up on email, because I just want to really sit down and kind of understand what you mean. Yeah, I believe you did, Bennett, the way Avis ran up.
This is what he said. Okay, this is what he said. I see what you're saying. Okay. I get what you're saying. It was a test run for GME. Got you.
Okay.
Okay, they said this is perfect. They will set up a one-on-one call with you. Somebody you answered earlier.
Okay, I appreciate it, Miss Bella. Let me know.
Okay, you guys, y'all have so many in here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm skipping. I'm so sorry. It's been on here about an hour.
Yeah, I don't think they shut it down. It don't make no sense to shut the country down now.
Yeah. Oh, Haiti too. Haiti when they found those oil reserves and gas that's bigger than Venezuela. I mean, I feel like that's what they've been doing in Venezuela. Like, just tell us to come in.
Yeah, Tyler. I would want to talk about Haiti, but I don't want to disrespect no Haitians. I just think I don't understand how a bunch of Latino mercenaries killed the president. Yeah, it's just weird.
I tell people, with Tanzania and them were not participating in any of the COVID stuff. They were like, we ain't taking no aid, we ain't taking nothing. We don't want to do it.
It's just weird. Well, I don't know. Yeah, Jim Brass, you right.
October surprise stuff. October surprise is like, and I'm not trying to knock you, Angela. I'm not trying to be funny, but like, I've worked with Congress people and worked in people running for office for so long. The word is very common. October surprise. It happens every year, no matter the year. What was our October surprise last year? It was like the extreme lockdown in October, November, December, right? What was our October surprise for that? That Trump lost. That was it was like he was losing and you couldn't believe it, right? They're all things that are called October surprises. October surprise for us to do something else. So don't know. I'm trying to.
So Brass, I think
I love he is. He's very good at this. He's better at me, because I'd be like over here like, say what? Yeah. They would love to play poker with you.
Appreciate it. I will look at copper and also ask yourself, if China actually floods the commodities market, what do you think that's going to happen to commodities? I wouldn't worry about gold and silver. Those are long-term commodity plays. I would look at commodities like copper, aluminum, and ask yourself, if China, because they're worried about the commodities market heating up, if they flood the market, the commodities market, what that going to run the actual commodities market down? I made good money on FCX puts. I showed some of my position, but I made good money on those because of news of China flooding the commodities market. a Burris, I really believe you. They do crash the markets. And I wouldn't say they do it purposely, but it happens because it's what Erica talked about. It's a way to move money around. So when a particular area becomes too heated up, they crash it to get that money out of there, and they move it into another area. The money's never lost; it just goes into another area.
Jabret said, "Please take some money off the table, please."
Yeah, definitely. I know what he's talking about too. He should have sold all of that when he became a millionaire. But I think it's not about the money. I think it's the fame that he got from being a Dogecoin millionaire.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose that fame. I would have sold that whole position and cashed out and bought some real estate.
See, and again, all roads lead to real estate, but people don't understand what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Does Buzzy? I'm not looking at leap puts, and this is not investment advice. This is my own opinion. But I am looking at puts after the split. I'm not looking at leap puts. I'm looking at shorter term puts after the split.
Oh, here you go, Brian. I ain't gonna go there, but I know y'all. We can't go there. Congrats, Angela Burgess. I think it's a good thing. I don't know on this, but yeah, I believe you. Catholic schools and May pre-taught them on a lot of this stuff. Smaller schools, yeah, college prep schools. Brian, I'm gonna let Dave say something on that. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I tell people to look at the indexes, look at the ETFs that represent the indexes because they're so liquid. You don't have to worry about liquidity issues, and you don't have to worry about the CEO tweeting something or maybe a short seller coming out with a bad short seller report and it dumping the whole scenario like you can have, or maybe some type of legislation. So if you can trade the SPY successfully, you can make a lot of money. The same thing with the QQQ, but most importantly, the SPY. I'm a big fan of the UVXY. It's not as liquid as a SPY, but it's kind of like a reverse of the VIX. Not investment advice, it's my own opinion. And I normally look to buy puts on it when it spikes up. I look to buy puts on it going back down, and then when it spikes up, and I just kind of rinse and repeat that particular strategy, and that's worked for me.
Man, Tam, that's a lot. That's a lot of upfront capital when the average American just don't have it. That's the thing. So.
Yeah, $20K a month is a lot.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. He learned a long time ago the hard way. Got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel you, get you.
Communism for ye, not for we. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But see, and this is the thing about, and not to get into political conversation, I don't think Bernie Sanders is a socialist. I just think he's a politician.
Yeah, and I think the story of, to me, if my parents got swept up, my grandparents, not his parents necessarily, but his grandparents got swept up by the Holocaust.
Yeah.
I'm against anything pushing anybody anywhere. I'm all like, hey.
Yeah.
Freedom. Way freedom.
Exactly.
10x freedom. Roscoe, I can believe that. Okay. Boy, y'all got so many. I'm skipping. I'm sorry. Somebody said I binge watched Dave channel and made 300 in Tesla call as a result. All right, man.
Good deal, Thomas. I'm glad you made it. Keep making that money. I'm a Tesla pessimistic. I'm a Tesla pessimist, but I'm glad you're able to make that money, because if you look at how they sold off since the top of the year, if I would have known that, man, I'd be sitting on like 200K right now. I didn't think they were going to sell off the way they sold off. They sold off from like 900 all the way down to like 540. I had no idea they were going to sell off like that. If I knew that, I'd be sitting on $100,000 now.
Dave wouldn't even be talking to me like, hey, I'm in Belize. Talk to me.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea it was going to be that bad.
I'm not going to touch Navy Federal, but I will say this. I told people a long time ago, when they put that loophole on Black Facebook in the Facebook groups, I said it was a wrap. Like the gig is up, because everybody's talking about Navy Federal, but there's hundreds of banks like that.
Yeah.
Like I keep trying to tell y'all, there's 1,300 business banks in America. Y'all talking about Navy Federal and one other bank. Go look out. And if you're in any of my classes, I've said this in my classes, disclaimer, not financial advice, not a CPA, like, go look at the top 100 banks in your state, ignore the top 12 on the list, and go call some of them smaller banks.
Yeah.
You will actually be able to sit in office with an actual president of the bank. Yeah. It's not that hard, because not that many people are doing real business.
Yeah. What they do on social media is something we used to call blowing up the spot. They blow up the spot now for publicity. I mean,
There you
I don't
go.
know. That's just what they do. Because once everybody tries it, it don't work no more. It's
It don't
ruining.
work
You
no more.
blew the spot up. But that's
Did
what
I
they
tell
do
you what
now for
happened
publicity. Good,
with
tell
Navy
me.
Federal? So the loophole was you pay $25 to Navy League, right? And it just it was like one of those little supports the military things, right? And because you support the military, they gave you a little perk. You could open up a Navy Federal account, right? Well, the one Navy League the dudes put in all the chats was in San Diego.
Okay.
Well, there's Navy Leagues on every single base in the United States. Over $30 million came into that one place. Congress called them to the floor to explain why the hell is $30 million. Like, they were in a mass panic. They were like, they had to recruit, like, I think 20 people on staff. The federal government sent some people over there to get people to say, hey, you're in Virginia. I don't know how you sent this here. I don't know who gave you this link, but you're not supposed to pay the Navy League. So we sent your money to Virginia's Navy League.
Yeah.
Well, because the people follow somebody's advice on Facebook and the Black Twitters and stuff. Congress had to call a session for these people to explain where was this money come from. Because imagine an office that only gets, $50,000 a year or something like that, just to support the troops with local candies, charities, events, cookouts, support your local sellers. Got $30 million in 1 year. And honestly, in like a 6-month period, it became what is happening over there? Call it the carpet. And so they had to close the Navy League loop by the end of the year after they went to Congress. And so all these people started getting paperwork from random Navy leagues who really weren't that effective in lobbying that they get the free Navy Federal account.
Yeah.
And Navy Federal went and closed a lot of people's other accounts. So again, y'all blew it up trying to get those $25,000 lines of credit. And you have to understand, USAA and Navy military people don't get a lot of benefits. So it was the one thing that this bank was doing to kind of fill that void, that gap. They knew you were always going to be paid. They knew you get paid the 1st and the 15th. And so, yeah, they gave healthy lines of credit because they knew they're going to get paid.
Yeah.
That's, y'all just killed it. So, you'll always have money. And appliance warehouse in service right now for the rest of the year, even if people have to go back in their houses, number one in Texas is pool service. So we had like the number one state for pools being created and permits getting given out was Texas when the lockdown happened. Yeah, Navy Federal know people is out here acting up. That's all that is. Fintech is proving your fundamentals. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to create
Boy,
new
y'all got so
valuations.
much. Y'all got so much. Y'all wearing me. Okay, let's do this one. This is a good one. I apologize, y'all.
Yep.
Letters of intent. DocuSign did change the game. Yes, this is true. Apex Clearing. Yes, Apex Clearing. Good stuff y'all saying in here. I'm finishing this out, y'all. This has been a long show. Thank you, Brandy. I know we got to run too. I'm trying. I see. If you gave a super chat, I'm reading it. I apologize. Self-made SM. Did you see all the PPP loans that are going to lead to a phase leading to debtor prisons?
Yeah.
And what
Talk
about Wells Fargo? We did talk about it. You came in the show a little late. We had an hour and 30. Long and the story short, I did a whole video on it. That PPP was not the plug. It's the construction and loans from the government that are coming in the future. Whenever you have a Democrats and whenever you have a recession or a deep depression, they are going to loan out a lot of money to companies, and you're going to see millions of dollars go in black holes. You never hear about it again.
Yep.
I think down there in Tampa, Florida, they sent $50 million, and they had to give out. No, it was closer to 70 million, but they had to give 33 million of it to black, not Latino, not as black people because of a lawsuit. It had to be black welders, black construction, black concrete companies, black plumbing companies, and they claimed they couldn't find nobody in Tampa, y'all. I don't know how many black people in Tampa, but I'm pretty sure it's close to like 30%.
Yeah.
So again, this is the PPP was like the little, hey, here's some crumbs to get a lot of y'all jokers out the way because now y'all gonna be able to qualify for nothing. I mean nothing. But the government amount of loans, like even in transportation, there's $1.9 billion in Texas every year. So some of the people you see that are jokers online that's getting these government contracts, they just throwing them out there, right? And it's not that, I'm gonna be careful. Yes, if you have bad paperwork with PPP, if you are not bright enough that you got a PPP loan and you cannot in the next year and a half before it's due figure out how to put a business together and get paid, you're an idiot. You deserve to go to jail. There, I said it. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. And the person that helped you fill out the paperwork, they deserve to go to jail too. I gotta go, y'all. This is there. Y'all are putting so many stuff in here. Yes, link to courses inside the chat, y'all. I'm putting it in here. I posted it 27 times. I'll post it some more. It's also in the description. It'll be in the description. Good, good, good. We saw all this. Exactly. How y'all trying to scam the Navy, okay?
Yeah.
Wingstop? Yeah, I mean, the chicken, when you say that 5% of chicken went down, like they culled, and when I mean cold, I mean they killed 5% of the chicken. People's like, so what? That don't mean nothing, Erica. Well, that on top of Idaho had a terrible storm killing a bunch of chickens. California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Nevada are in a drought. They had to cull a bunch of their chickens. Yeah, Wingstop had to change itself to Thigh Stop. Okay. I know y'all got to hold the line. Y'all in here going hard on here. Too much, y'all. We can't do it all in one show. So, all right, you guys. Dave, give them some. There you go. Dave, give them some not financial advice and and tell them where they can learn inside your class.
Okay, so what we're going to look for in the market coming up is that the market seasonality for the S&P 500. June we're normally supposed to run. We saw the market was really, really bullish Friday. We want to kind of see does that carry on to the rest of the week. We want to look out for any of this little unfortunate or kind of funny news about them trying to quote unquote bring the pandemic back with this new variant. That can kind of make the market kind of skittish. Outside of that, I don't think anything's going to really stop it. And as we go into the summer months, also look at the oil. Is the oil particular price, can that kind of maybe make the market feel skittish because they feel like oil is getting ready to go up? I don't think OPEC will fall apart. I think that'd be the worst thing to happen in the world if they can't figure out how to get on the same page, because the only thing that's keeping those people together and from killing each other is the fact that they have business together. But if we get this oil situation straight out from a production standpoint, I personally believe, not investment advice, is my own personal analysis, that the long-term goal of the market will be bullish going on into the summer. If you want to look at my particular options course, the goal of my course, get you some money. Exactly. The goal of my course is to put you in a position to be able to do $2,000 a month profit out of the options market. And if you get into this market, you realize that's not really a lot of money from the perspective of the market, but that's enough money to really change your life. And not only will that change your life, it will change your perspective of how you see yourself. So whatever you desire in life, and this course primarily is for people that are not satisfied with the money they're bringing in on their 9 to 5. They're tired of the amount of money they're tired of the amount of time that they have to take away from their family to make that money that they're making. And they also tired of having a cap on their income where they know at the beginning of the year, they're only going to make a certain amount of money regardless of how hard they work at their job. This course is designed to get that particular problem out of your life, right? So what I want you to understand is that I can help you get to the 2K. That's going to be a baseline. You're going to build off of that. But what I really want to do is get you into these markets and get you to really realize how easy it is to make this money and how this particular space has been primarily hidden from us, because our goal is really just to be workers. We was brought over here to be workers, and our goal is to remain workers based on their perspective. I want you to stop thinking of yourself as that kind of person and understanding that there's an unlimited amount of money in the market that you can get, and you and your family can pull $100 million out of this market, and nobody will even pay attention to it because that's not a lot of money to them. That's just a lot of money to us. And once you start to think about things in that particular perspective, it'll change your life, right? So that is the goal of the program. Based on the cost of the program, the value that you can get out of it is times 100. The foundational program that Erica has posted a link, it does come with 1 hour of consulting. I also have the VIP course that's around 2K that comes with 4 hours of consulting, 3 hours of mindset, and 1 hour how to put together a trading plan. We also got the Discord group, so you got other people to talk to about trades, similar to what we did on this particular platform. So everything has been laid out for you to be successful. You just have to have the desire to come in, do the work. I'm not going anywhere. Next week or next year, I'm not going to be talking about something different. I'm going to stay in these markets. I'm a very consistent person. I pretty much do the same thing every day. So that's what I have to offer to you. And I really hope that you will take a look at the course and make a decision for your future. And I will look forward to seeing you.
All right, you guys, listen. They said getting Dave to chuckle in the name of the
I appreciate
game.
it.
Dave is OG. They got people who bought your course. They're gonna be talking to you. Mindset change. Yep. Mindset change. Yeah, you guys are good stuff. Good stuff.
Definitely.
So yeah, and you guys, as you know, on the other channel, when we don't go live over there, I usually chop this video up in smaller segments so that it's edible, for people's busy time, and I'll put it over there in chunks. But listen, you will see it over there. And thank you guys for coming in. Again, Spice jumped 20% this week. Hey,
yeah, it jumped. Yeah, it jumped up.
All right, you guys. This is your girl Erica. Thank you so much. And you guys can catch us at Just Stock Profits channel, or you'll catch us here on certain Saturdays. Thank you, Mr. Diamond Dave, for coming through. You guys have a great day.